day, everyone! Welcome to our Modular Distance Learning Simulation here in Hagbuaya Elementary School, Catigbian, Bohol. COVID-19 pandemic affected all facets of education. Threats of acquiring this dreaded disease greatly hamper the continuity of learning. However, the Department of Education never wavered itself in its commitment and aspirations to produce desirable results for our learners amidst this crisis. Guided with a DepEd vision, mission, goals, and core values, DepEd leaders Secretary Lenore Magtolis Briones, Regional Director Salustiano T. Jimenez, Schools Division Superintendent Bianito A. Dagatan, Schools District Supervisor Gemma Aniseta N. Ladroma, School Principal Ejalbert M. Tesorio, Catigbian Municipal Mayor Elizabeth Mandin Pase, Barangay and PTA officials, other stakeholders, and the teachers of Hagbuaya Elementary School capture their synergies together to design mechanisms so that learners will continue to acquire knowledge and competencies most essential during this time and develop values while they are in their respective homes. Thus, the School Learning Continuity Plan or SLCP was made to ensure continuity of learning of our learners under the new normal. The SLCP was presented to the barangay officials and PTA officers for their full support. The actualization and implementation of the SLCP started last June 1, 2020 during the first day of the remote enrollment. Learner enrollment and survey forms, or LESF, were placed in boxes located at the gate of the school and barangay halls of the 3 adjacent feeder barangays of the school. LESF were gathered and tabulated. And finally, the school has identified the preferred learning delivery modality using the decision tree. It was found out that almost 100% preferred modular distance learning with the use of printed modules. Data profiling by class was done based on the data gathered. Teachers conducted the inventory of learning resources based on preferred learning delivery modality and prepared a model class schedule. Planning conferences, consultative meetings were done by the teachers together with the cluster head, Mr. Ejalbert M. Tesorio, as to the implementation of the printed modular learning modality. Teachers occupied themselves in the preparation of materials for the modular learning modality. Teachers' weekly plans were made based on the most essential learning competences, or MELC. They also prepared digital lessons for quality assurance, downloaded educational videos from DepEd Commons and LRMDS. Mga talamdan sa mga ginikanan and parents' checklist and responsibilities on how to use the activity sheets and modules were also finalized. Materials like face masks, thermal scanner, foot bath, alcohol and other disinfectants were purchased to better prepare the school against COVID-19 and to ensure the safety of both teachers and parents as well as their children at home. Contextualized learning activity sheets, or LAS, and modules from the Learning Resource Division of Bohol were printed, arranged, bound, and packed, ready for distribution. To polish everything, to settle issues and concerns, parent orientation by grade level was conducted, following the health and safety protocols prescribed by DOH and IATF. Entrance and exit gates were clearly marked with ropes as dividing tool to emphasize one-way entrance-exit process. As parents entered the school premises, they were asked to disinfect themselves. Hand-washing facility at the entrance gate was constructed for this purpose. Temperature check and alcohol sanitizing were performed. Parents then filled in the contact tracing form using their own writing pens. Parents could then proceed to their sons or daughters' designated classrooms and get the modules and activity sheets. Sanitation of the modules and activity sheets must be done from time to time. Each learner has his or her own receptacle or shelf in the cabinet or estante, specially made for each learner. Each shelf in the estante was labeled with the learners' names. Parents get the modules and LAS which belong to their sons and daughters, and likewise return said activity sheets a week after all subjects were studied and answered with the same shelf. This was carefully designed to prevent mixing and touching other folders and portfolios, thereby observing safety and more precautions along the way. At home, learners study the modules and activity sheets. Parents were encouraged to send pictures and videos on their actual home study.
Mahuman na kagbasa imong ansira ning imong mga question ane. Atong tan-awon ning imong answer og namao ba. Ngano man ning kuan man nakasabot lagi ka ane nang mura mag narong ka ane. Balikan ning answer ha.
Parents and other siblings guided the learning activities, making sure that reading aloud for lower graders was very essential as they dwell and tackle the lessons at home.
She liked to sit on the mat. Bimbin Tan Cat walks by.
For kindergarten and grade 1 learners, close and proper guidance from adults must be done. Such for this instance, the correct stroke in writing letters and numbers would be carefully taught.
Nahuman na kag trace guys sa balay ani dong. Kanang ari na punta sa pikas, mag-write kag name nimo ani ha.
Okay.
Kanang inig mahuman ana na pud sulod page. Pagsuwat na. Name.
Anak ko na.
Nahuman na din eh. Uy napuno na man din eh. Okay. Very good jud si Dudong ni ay managsuwat.
After a week, the learning activity sheets were returned and retrieved, checked by the teachers after a 3-day quarantine and disinfection. Corrections and other issues pertaining to the activity sheets and to the whole process were tackled during the post-conference with the teachers, some PTA officers, and the school principal, with the guide questions: what went well? What went wrong? And the suggestions and recommendations. Results and outputs of the whole activity were finally submitted to the district office for further enhancement of the process. Hagbuaya Elementary School is ever ready for the school year 2020-2021. Be safe and Godspeed!